welcome everybody to the Light the Torch podcast. I'm your host, B. Jones. To the right, I got my man, Blackie Chan. Bottom right, got my man, Raul. And under me, we have my man, Guns. And today, we are going to give you a little bit of update of what we've been hearing, man. And of course, everybody's been hearing a little bit of everything, everywhere, from everybody.
Sources.
And nobody knows nothing. Everybody's got a source. Everybody's source is lost. It's been all kind of mess, man. Even we've reported some things that didn't come to fruition because, we've trusted our sources. So that's how it goes, man, So, allegedly, we're going to get, I don't even know if I want to say this, man. We're supposed to get an announcement tomorrow morning. Right? This is what we're hearing from another source of a source that told another source. All right. So we'll see, man. Everybody's a little lost, man. So we'll see how that goes, man. Only time will tell, right? But with that being said, man, we're really hoping that I think all of us as a family are hoping that the right decision is made, with all this time being taken, because we know the clock is ticking. Players are jumping on. I mean, it's portal mania right now. We got some quality players in the portal right now, and according to Hayes Fawcett, it's only going to get crazier over the next couple of days. Some big names are going to jump in there.
It's been crazy already.
Yeah. And it's going to get even crazier, man. So there's going to be a lot to choose from. History says that, we will have our way in the portal, and there's a lot of talent to get. And we know our roster definitely needs to bolster some positions there, especially on the defensive side of the ball. So looking forward to that. Anybody got anything before we get cracking on this?
I'm just going to say this for Trojan family. Don't get impatient. Be patient. Good things come when you wait. So I got confidence. I got faith that it'll happen. Just give it some time, guys.
Raul, I think they already lost their patience.
Yeah, that's why I'm expressing this message here.
Oh,
regain that patience, man.
Have you not seen Twitter?
I've seen Twitter. I've seen Bleacher Report. I've seen USC boards.
It's just a madhouse.
Man, now that since you mentioned USC boards, man, we got writers conflicting stories on the same network, and it's a mania out there, man. It's just, man, and we got guys going after each other on Twitter, man, over sources or lack thereof, or people say you don't have sources, and all this. It's all kind of mess, man. It's usually the people with no sources at all coming for the guys who have some sources that were just wrong. Everyone's been wrong. I can tell you that at some point during this search. So you can't knock those guys from reporting what they were hearing. Even we heard some things that didn't come to fruition. So, hey, it is what it is, man. Just like we didn't know what was going on when Lincoln was hired. It's the same case, man. So
yeah, this definitely feels like a mix between Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams.
I just feel like nobody knows who it is, so everybody's on the table still, guys. So,
yeah, like 2 years ago with Caleb Williams, we knew he was somewhere, but then we were like, "Come on, just tell us already!" And it took forever. It even took past the deadline of when you can sign your papers to get into class and all that stuff. But we all know they just let him do what he wanted.
Or he got it in right on time, from what I heard. It was
he said he waited a minute to
11:59 or something like that.
Yeah, that's what he said on his podcast.
Yeah. But well, let's talk about Caleb while we're at it, man. So earlier this week, it's been reported that Caleb said it's a game time decision on whether he'll be returning or entering the draft. I have mixed feelings about that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'll let you go ahead and shoot first. Like, Shan, what you got?
We talked about this on in chat, but it's just like at this point you need to let them know, because we need Miller Moss or Malachi Nelson, whoever is going to be the starter. They need to get those reps right now. They need to be confident that they're going to be starting or fighting for the job. I'm sure that Lincoln probably is going to go with Miller Moss since he's had some playing time all year, but they need to know, like Like, and I feel like he does know. He just kind of, for some reason, just pushing it off. But I think it just for the sake of our team preparing for the bowl game, I think we need to know.
I think we know what the answer is, guys. It just hasn't been official. I mean, if you look at it, Brandon Rice already accepted his invite to the Senior Bowl. That should kind of tell you that, more than likely Caleb's not coming back, because Rice could benefit from another year, I think. Improve his draft stock, work on some of the weaknesses, and especially if he's going to have Caleb throwing the ball at him. But at least that's my opinion on the matter. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't think it's a USC like returning or not returning. I honestly think it's who's that worst pick and go from there. I think that's kind of their chances, But I just, at the end of the day, he's not coming. So that's kind of my thought why he says game time decision.
Yeah, I think it'll be. Well, I think the players know. Hopefully, the players know the decision.
Right.
If not, that would just not be fair for. Excuse me. Excuse me. That would not be fair for guys like Miller Moss and Malachi Nelson. Especially with the portal opening up right now, we got some big name quarterbacks already in there. And it's already rumors swirling. So, it would be very helpful for how the program needs to move.
Right.
Forward if Caleb did make a decision, if he hasn't already. But
do we know when he has to make the decision? Because like to your point, kind of like if it's past the last day of the portal, right, January 2nd, right, those two, one of those players are, if they want to transfer, is kind of stuck until April or something like that, right? Whenever the spring portal is. So
Miller's a graduate, so he can top in at any time.
That's good then. Okay, yeah. But still,
when's the deadline to declare for the draft?
That I'm not sure. I'm sure we can look that up real quick. But yeah, man. I mean, so what if, guys? Let's play a little what if. What if Caleb did decide to come back, man? What would be your thoughts?
It would definitely not make easier for Miller Moss and Malachi Nelson, because we all they kind of expect to be competing next year for the starting spot, because this whole.
I would definitely expect Miller to hit the portal more so than Malachi, but
January 15th, the date.
January 15th.
Yeah.
I mean, if Caleb returns, obviously as a USC fan, I'll be stoked that he's coming back. We get another year from Caleb, and put us back in contention of being for the national championship. If we bring in the portal players and fill in some of the gaps that we have in on the roster, but knowing that he's projected to go number one, he's probably better off just going at this point, and instead of risking injury. He can definitely benefit, playing another year in college, work on some of the weaknesses he has, but no, I think he won't come back.
Yeah. Well, it's a little different now. I mean, NIL has a big part in players' decisions these days. Like, of course, in prior years, you're like, yeah, you got to go when the going is good, to get that payday. But now guys are getting paid. Caleb is making good money right now. Yep. Of course, he's not making money that he would in NFL, but he's good. I know you guys saw his Lightning McQueen.
He is not struggling.
Yeah, he's good. so that has a lot to do. I mean, he's comfortable here in LA, and I could see him coming back, but at the same time, it's like, the way this season went, the way the offense was handled, I'm gonna be honest, man, I'm kind of ready for him to move on. It's not his fault. I'm not saying that because of him, but just the way the play calling is, we're just way too relying on him to be Superman, and it's like the rest of the offense never really progressed.
If who gets the coaching job, then I think he might stay.
Houston, I don't know what y'all waiting for, man. I mean,
I
it's
know.
a home.
Come on.
Go ahead and pull the trigger. He needs an interview like yesterday.
Yeah, we'll pay you
Yeah.
to take it.
Right. Please. Brown Hero. I mean, Kingsbury.
Same person.
Same thing. Yeah.
Now,
Please.
honestly, though, like I think for some reason in my head, I just feel like maybe he's waiting to hear about the defensive coordinator. Like maybe if we do get like the cream of the crop defensive coordinator, you're like, okay, maybe the job isn't finished yet. Then I'll come back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure part of him feels like he was kind of robbed this year of that. You know what I mean? I'm sure he would like to go into the Big Ten with us as well. You know, I'm sure that has a lot to do with his decision if he's weighing in between that as well. You know, and it's the what if factor. You know, like what if we did have a competent defensive coordinator and a competent defense, you know, and all the promises that were to feel some type of way about that while he's struggling with the Bears next year, and we're like, and we're balling out on the way to the playoffs. You know, something that he never got to accomplish while he was here. You know, I'm sure that would eat at him a little bit. So that's
Don't
I'm sure.
jinx him.
I mean, if he does come back to kind of open up our first quarter, I think it'll open up the floodgates for us in the transfer portal if he decides to come back.
Yeah. It would definitely make a lot of other players be like, okay, they have the most established quarterback in the nation coming back. Like, I don't think there's any other quarterback that will be picked ahead of Caleb Williams next year at all coming back right now.
Right.
You mean for the Heisman?
For anything. Like,
well, I mean,
for any kind of QB position, like he'd be number one in the draft again next year. So unless he like severely just takes a huge step back, which he actually took a step forwards, technically in stats.
Yeah.
But
just a little weirder play calling. But I would say, let's see, who would be his only competition as far as would be Shador? That's
Shador, Noah Fita.
Quinn Ewers, I think, is returning. So talk about him.
Okay, I forgot about Quinn. Yeah, they said he had like a 90% chance of coming back.
Yeah, no comparison.
But
comparison.
he's a good QB. Like,
we'll see
but it's the thing about like you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point when it comes to like who's next behind Caleb Williams.
Yeah. And then let's see, you said you guys mentioned Noah Fafita.
Don't forget the guy who already won the Heisman from Alabama that said give him the Heisman.
Man, get out of here. not even close, man. Sorry, Miro. You got to actually know how to throw a pass first.
That one pass in the back of the end zone, though.
Okay, exactly. That one pass. But let's see who else we got, man. Any other notable quarterbacks returning next year? Jaden Daniels. He has another year, I believe.
If he wins the Heisman,
I think he's going pro.
Yeah, I agree. That's another one.
I mean, a lot of these quarterbacks, they'll probably say, all right, Caleb's coming back. This is my year to get drafted higher in the draft. So they'll probably declare just off of that.
That's true. Alone. I mean, yeah. I mean, that his decision is going to weigh a lot of, in other people's decisions around the nation. So,
who will be the number one pick then in the draft?
Harrison, probably.
Drake May?
No, I think Harrison.
Harrison. But who would be the number one QB then?
Oh, Drake May.
I mean, all the scouts are already saying it. There's been reports from multiple scouts that they say Caleb was hands down the best.
No, if Caleb comes back.
If he were to come back, he meant.
Oh, okay. Got you.
I know he's going to number one. But...
Probably Bo Nix, man.
Really?
No, I think it'll be.
Are you joking or are you serious?
No, I'm serious. Seriously, joking. Come on, man. I know I can't stand. Well, I won't say I can't stand the guy, but I'm not very high.
You said that you were pretty convincing there. I was like,
no, I'm messing with you. No, he dinks and dunks all day, man. He's another Dak Prescott. But, you know,
Yeah. Hopefully, we don't have any Dallas fans.
I don't care if you do. America.
They travel real well.
And then for everybody in the chat, we know that Caleb's more than likely not coming back.
Yeah.
This is literally a what if. That's
Yes, just what if.
more than likely.
Go ahead.
It's like that 0.001 of that.
Do you
Right,
think we'll
just
get if he does come back? Do you think he'll redo what Matt Barkley did? Have a press conference and in Lane Kiffin's house or something like that?
100%. You know, it's going to be a whole big production. They'll probably do it on the podcast. Who knows?
He'd probably do it on ESPN.
The LeBron decision right there.
Yeah. I'm
please
choosing
don't
to
do
keep
that,
my
Caleb.
talents here in Los Angeles.
But no, I don't. But yeah, I think it'd be best for the program if Caleb moved on, honestly. But I could understand.
It's weird to say that.
Yeah, I know. It sounds as if, like, you know,
It's best for the quarterbacks behind him. I don't know if it's really best for our first year in the Big Ten.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens.
I mean,
this
I
bowl
think
game.
I honestly think
move
Lincoln
forward.
Riley has learned something from this past season. I think he understands that he needs to make some adjustments even on the offensive side of the ball, and I think he'll learn from this past season.
I hope you're right.
Right now, I don't feel
I hope you're right,
because he knows that USC fans are not patient, and he's dragging this out.
If he learned anything, he learned that we don't play that. That's what he's learned, man. He learned that. I hope, at least. I hope he learned that the coach speak. We're not going for it. So hopefully he learns some accountability.
Should we
you guys want to move on to the first quarter?
Yeah.
Yes. Good idea. Right.
Transfer portal. USC players that have gone into the transfer portal. We've had some casualties.
Yes. Let's see. Let's go ahead and.
So let's see. Right now, we have 4 players in the transfer portal right now. We have some rumors that there are going to be more, but currently, right now, from what we're seeing here, there's 4, at least on 247 Sports. It's Zamarian Gordon, Darwin Barlow, Matthew Colombo, and Jamar Sakona.
Oh, we got Raleek too, right?
Yes, currently that's what's been announced or at least rumored.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if On3 has a different list of players who are in the transfer portal, but that's what 247 Sports is.
I think that pretty much covers them. I think can't recall anyone else right now that's said what they said.
So let me ask you guys, man. Out of all those names, which one you feel hurts the most?
Darwin Barlow easily. Like, he's a huge fan favorite, and I bet everyone would agree with that, at least in the chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Raleek. I mean, it's close, but I mean, just Raleek's speed is just different. And the whole situation this year with him was just unfortunate. So obviously that was going to be kind of expected, but I still think he can impact the game. Obviously Barlow can, and he has when he came in. But
yeah, I'll have to go Raleek if he is officially joining or entering the portal. And the sole fact that he has multiple years left, I feel like he's a weapon that, if used properly, he could be very explosive on the field. And he's also from Mater Dei, right? So it's not a good look, bringing in a 5-star from there and then not producing at all. And then at the end of the day, he transfers over to another program. And who knows where he goes? Say that he goes to a new program and he goes off. Like, it's a bad look on Lincoln Riley on USC.
Absolutely. I agree with that as well. I'll say 1A, 1B, man, as far as Raleek and Barlow. Because Barlow's definitely, like I said, man, Barlow's a guy who since he's gotten here, since he stepped on campus, man, every opportunity he's gotten, he's taking advantage of. He'll break 20 yards and then, have a 20-yard run, and then we don't see him anymore for the rest of the season. It's just the biggest head scratcher of why, with multiple, with different coordinators too. Like, it just never was used consistently. I just don't understand, man. So,
question though, does anyone know if he's graduated? So I feel like that could be the reason why he stayed for so long, so he can get his degree. Because hey, that USC degree goes far, and so maybe he stayed just for the degree, and then he's like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I definitely have to get back to you on that one. But
hopefully he has.
So I hope he does get to walk away with his degree.
Yeah.
Hopefully, man, he lands somewhere where we can see him play. That's for sure. I'll definitely we'll have my eyes on him because I think he's very capable of doing some big things, man.
Just don't go to Oregon. Just don't go to UCLA.
Yeah,
that would hurt even more.
Man.
I'm nervous that Raleigh might go there. Raleigh.
I would not be surprised.
UCLA or
to go to Oregon?
To Oregon.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I heard there's rumors, per my sources, says that he maybe Oklahoma.
That'd be interesting.
They just lost their running back to transfer portal.
And
Tyway or something. Tawee.
Yeah, it's rumored that DeMarco Murray is leaving too. So
really
following Levy. Yeah. Well, that's the last I've heard. I don't know.
Taylor Tatum, come on.
That's I don't think that'll happen, but we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, if he was good friends with, or his dad was good friends with DeMarco Murray.
All right, so let me ask you this one. Would you rather have Taylor Tatum come in as a freshman, or would you rather have Jaden Ott transfer in?
Jaden Ott, because Marshawn Lloyd's most likely gone.
Yep. Go ahead, Black Chan. Let me hear what you say.
Yeah, honestly though, I'd probably go with Jaden Ott because he's had a lot of experience, and then we also have Quentin Joyner, Brian Jackson, Zamarian
Peterson,
or Amarian.
Amarian Peterson, I think.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, so we have the talent that's coming in as well, and we also have Quentin Joyner, who had some pretty good reps, at least in the first 3 games.
What about you, Ro?
I'm gonna go with. I'd rather have Ott coming just because he's experienced. We know what he's capable of doing. Tatum's not proven. Plus, he seems like he prefers baseball over football. So, I'd rather have a guy that's proven and his heart is in football.
Yep.
Agreed.
Yep. I mean, you hit it right on the head for all those reasons, man. We've seen what I can do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Plus, he's a SoCal guy. I think he's from like the IE.
See, when you say we've seen
Zach Branch.
When you say we've seen what he can do, we've seen what every running back can do against us. They can do anything. They can walk on water against us.
But Ott was killing it since last year.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm just messing with you. Every running back looks good against us.
Right.
Like I could look good against our defense.
Not next year though, with our new DC.
All right, don't put.
But I'll say this: I wouldn't even care if we don't get any of those two. I'd rather get big guys, the trenches, filling the trenches, O line and D line.
Absolutely, man. In my honest, we can be okay with not getting out one other skills player. We got enough talent on the offense to win games.
Well, if the rumors are true, like we're losing kind of a lot of skill players. Like we're losing Brendan Rice, probably Todd Washington. Mike Jack might leave. We don't know what's going on with Kyron Ware Hudson. Don't know about that.
Singer has a year left, right? Or is he gone? No, he has like 2 or 3 years, right?
Yeah. As far as Kyron, man, I don't think it makes sense for him. I'm gonna call it right now. To be honest with you, this is gonna be somewhat controversial, maybe. I'm
Okay.
gonna call Kyron's gonna have a breakout year next year. Yep, I said it. Kyron's gonna have a breakout
I can
and
see
he could
it.
potentially be
Wait.
wide receiver 1.
Wait, where's the? I'm not even going to say it. I was going to say, give me the what?
Oh, that's not what you're looking for.
What?
That's not the one. Oh, the what?
What?
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
feel like he
kidding.
has that kind of potential, man. I mean, it's funny. I mean, people get on him because he had a couple drops, yeah. But what receiver that we had that has balled out this year that didn't have drops the prior years?
Taj.
Taj definitely had drops prior years. He was
Did he?
what?
I really
Yeah.
felt. I thought it was mainly
Taj had a
Brendan that
lot
had
of
the
drops.
drops.
I mean, look at Brendan Rice. He was dropping balls
Exactly.
left and right, like
and then
previous
now
years.
he has to stick him on his hands or something because that man was catching pretty much everything for the most part.
Exactly.
I'm really going to miss Brendan Rice, Shiesty Rice. He was actually he was a really chill guy when I met him in Colorado.
Yeah,
Like he was
man,
like, just follow me. You can follow me while I go talk to my mom over here. Like, okay.
So, yeah, man, he was B Rice is did his thing, man. But I really think Kyron can be that next man up, man.
And before you move on, for those in the chat, just remember, you guys heard it here first. B. Jones called it if he does break out next year.
Right, and I'll take the L if he doesn't. Yeah,
So then what do you have to do?
What's
'Cause
that?
we can't have this go unpunished.
Y'all call it, man. Y'all call it.
What?
So if Kyron doesn't fall out next year,
You sing the Oregon fight song.
Ooh,
No,
what?
that's too much. No.
Pause.
Let's not talk about them at all right now. At all.
All right. All right.
Yeah, it's
Fine,
not talking-
fine. Then you
Why
sing
would I do that,
you sing UCLA's fight song.
Why? What? Why
Oh,
would I do that?
none of
I
that.
don't even know why we're talking
I
about
want
a
the- I want
punishment
the
for
pain.
prediction. What
I want
What's
to see the
going
pain
on
in
over
your
here?
face. I'm
What
just
is
kidding.
going on?
I wouldn't. Honestly, though, like I do hope you're right because that means that he has a great season for us. And that means that we're killing it.
Right. But we're not going to overlook what you just said. Did you really just say what? Why are we seeing that? What does that even have to do with Kyron
I
Ball?
don't I just want to see the most pain that someone could be in.
No, why would we put the fight song in the podcast? No.
No,
No.
he can do it on Twitter.
Okay, that's not happening. All right, let's find something else.
Pie in the face from Tafaf.
Pie in the face. All right, I'm with that.
All right.
I'm with that.
Wait, no, or you can give me a beer like
Hey,
what's his
so-
name?
I'm gonna say this, Blackie Chan. Since I was not gonna give B Jones any crap, even if he got it wrong. I hope he's right. But
I hope
since
so
you brought it
too.
up, if he is right, what's gonna happen to you?
Exactly right.
I'll take a pie to the face too.
I'm taking
There
pie.
you go. I'll take it.
Yeah.
What kind of pie? What we do?
What kind of pie?
It's gonna be like a warm apple pie. No,
Uh,
all right, so
okay.
let's move on. But yeah, I'm calling Kyron balling out.
Yep. And then, do you guys want to move to second quarter? Or do you guys want to talk about potential
wanna-
dates?
We'll
Or
get
should-
to that.
When it
When we're
comes
ready.
since we're on the
Let's
since
get
we're
a
on the
GC
transfer
first.
portal, since we're on the transfer portal, why don't we talk about what we hope they go for, or at least like what positions we hope
Oh.
they go for?
Well, I think that's quite obvious, man. But
That is true.
Yep.
yeah, sure.
Oh,
There's 11 spots on the defense. 11 players at least
Exactly.
right there.
Every
That's all
level
I
of the
gotta say.
defense.
Well, right
said-
now I'm actually on the transfer portal website right here or list here, and let's see who's there, or if you care to see who's there. And we have 44 people. This is the most we've ever had on the podcast right now. So shout outs to you guys. Hit that like. Come on.
Hey,
44
Taven,
people.
subscribe,
Taven
man. Let's
has a good question for you, B. Jones.
Subscribe.
Taven has a good question for you. He said, B. Jones, call his stats. What's a breakout year to you?
What's a breakout? I think he gets Between
think
800 and 1,000.
Do you think so? You think he leads?
Leads in receptions and yards. Maybe not yards, but receptions for sure.
So that's
And
if
stop.
Taj Washington leaves, right?
Absolutely. I was just assuming that Taj is leaving.
Yeah.
He got a fairly decent draft grade, from what I understand. Or there was a scout that came out and said he'd be a mid rounder. I think that's enough for him to move on. But of course, that's his decision. But we haven't heard anything.
So right now,
so I think he should move on, being that he won't have the same quarterback. And next year our quarterback may struggle early on a little bit. It might be a little frustrating for him. But yeah.
So there's one player right now in the transfer portal that I think we need to get.
Who's that?
And his name is Thor, and that's the only reason why I want him. Is because his name is Thor. So
we should get him because he's an Avenger.
Yes, that's what we need. We already have Captain America. We have we had Superman. So we need the Hulk now, and we need Thor. But he's from Harvard.
What's his position?
D-line.
What's his size? Does it say there?
He is 6'2", 320.
There we go.
6'3", 220.
Come on over, Thor.
Okay. But can he play?
He's currently right now a 3-star. So.
Question for you, B. Jones. Do we have any 320-pound dudes on our squad right now, aside from the O-lineman?
Not at all. And that's
Dejan. How heavy is Dejan Benton?
Regardless of the
he's like 280, I would think. Yeah, definitely.
Regardless of the coordinator, we definitely need some 315 plus. At least 2 or 3. Yeah, exactly. Bear is that so. Yeah, so we dropped the video. If you guys haven't checked it out, man, check out Blackie Chan's in-depth video on Tony White. As far as we know, he's possibly a candidate. Who knows? But I like his defense. I like the 335 stack. I could see Bear Alexander playing that stack position if we acquire some 320 plus guys like he likes to run. Tony White does. That is exactly how you're supposed to run the 335. You're supposed to have some big 2-gap linemen right there that can eat up blocks and let the linebackers play free. Bear's athletic enough to play that stack position, but we'll see, man. From what I'm hearing, all the candidates so far have run some sort of some version of that 3-3-5 stack or
3-4,
or 3-4. So yeah, man. So we'll see how that plays out, man. We're supposed to get an announcement tomorrow morning. So we've heard that, but we'll see if that actually happens.
I have never spent so much time on Twitter than I have now.
I got a blister on the tip of my finger for hitting refresh.
Yeah,
so many times. So, all right, let's move on. So, what positions do you guys think? Go ahead and drop it in the chat, man. What that we need to bolster the most on defense? I'm going to say D-line.
I'm going to say
help out the portal.
Since you said D-line, I'm going to say offensive line because, we're losing a lot next year on our offensive line as well. So I definitely think we need to hit on that.
I think everyone would agree that we
definitely. And he's frozen.
Am I? Yep, I am. So I think everyone would agree that we need a center for sure.
The big uglies. We definitely need to beef up the big uglies.
Yeah, we definitely need that on both sides of the ball. The O-line, defensive line, I feel like because we had Grinch and he was playing them out of position and we looked worse than what it really was. I think with the proper defensive coordinator, we'll be all right there. Obviously, we can use more bodies, but I think we'll be all right there.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Defensive line?
Yeah, I just said both lines.
Oh, no, for sure.
An underrated pick, kicker. We need a kicker. Yes. I don't know what Dennis Lynch is on right now, but I don't know what his eligibility is, but I think we need to find a kicker.
It would probably do us some good to get a kicker, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, but what would do us even better if we got a special teams coach?
Yeah, I've been saying that.
I really want to talk about this. I've been really waiting for this conversation. So I get the coach thing, but I think it's more than just a coach. Because again, technically we have a coach, right? We have an analyst out there that does special teams and does that. Like, I feel like it's maybe right the preparation and the practice of special teams more than just right. Obviously, this analyst, he can't probably say much. He's an analyst, so he's not going to be like, "Hey, Lincoln, I need to do this a little bit more." But yeah, just my thoughts.
I agree. I mean, obviously nobody's been able to report on practice. We don't know for sure how practices are run. But what is obvious is that we don't tackle enough in practice, in my opinion. I mean, you can't tell me that we practice tackling enough, and the results in there.
Mm-hmm. We practice a lot on a donut.
No, I mean, you need live tackling, right? Right.
That donut is running real fast.
Shifty, right? Yeah, and it doesn't change directions at all. Yeah, no bag, no spin move, no juke, no nothing.
No stiff arm.
And no stiff arm, nothing. So, yeah.
Hey, they can go through the hole. They can accidentally go through the hole instead of that's a juke right there.
Oh, that's probably happened too. That'd be funny.
Exactly, right.
You know what Lincoln Riley should do? He should tell Lindell White to come back for a little practice and take a crack at these cornerbacks.
No,
yeah. He's been around the program lately too. So I mean, shoot, he's probably coming on the practice. Yeah.
I'm glad you said that too. That's another thing that needs to happen. Even if we're not going to go back to the Pete Carroll days and open up practice to the public, and we definitely need to open up practice to alumni.
Yes,
I agree.
Alumni are the guys that are going to teach these guys what it means to be a Trojan and what it means to wear that uniform and smack a kid upside the head a couple of times, man, to get their minds right. You know what I mean?
Play like your father.
That, you know what I mean? Yeah. If you guys didn't see it, go ahead and check out who's that? LBC Trojan.
Jaywalk. Yeah, no, that was Jaywalk, and
but that was LBC Trojan.
Was it on his channel? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was on his channel. Yeah, Jaywalk was on there alongside of USCJ and other guys escaping me right now.
He was a player for the
former player.
Yeah, I can't think of the name either. I'm sorry.
But basically, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna add. The alumni. I think it needs to be younger as well. We bring on some alumni, but it seems like it's the older ones. Yeah, I feel like they can relate more to the younger, alumni out there, right? Like, I'm not saying Sua Cravens, but he's obviously someone that comes to mind, right? Someone like that can come there and just talk.
Yeah,
absolutely, man. I mean, I know if Ronnie Lott would have smacked me upside the head, and that would definitely change some things. That would change your whole attitude, right? Like, man, I just got smacked upside the head by a legend. I better do something.
Well, first I'd have to recover from a concussion right there.
Yeah. So, just saying, man. Lincoln has to start inviting these guys, man. That's been a thing for about a decade now, man. I told you guys I was fortunate enough to play with Manny Wright. If you guys remember Manny Wright, man, defensive lineman. And he pretty much told me the same thing. He's like, man, they don't really – the alumni relations are just terrible right now. Like, they don't reach out. They don't it's like we don't feel like we're family anymore, and that was with the help.
That is true. It really doesn't feel like it. But yeah, SC for Life said whoever approved those tackling donuts should be fired. Was it Grinch? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Grinch.
Yeah, do away with those, man. Yeah, that's cute, and for high school.
Get rid of that donut. Just throw that away.
Tackling like live tackling. So.
The donuts are a CTE thing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I get it, but you still need to practice the tackling portion of it still, because the donut doesn't hit back.
Yeah, we can't be softer than the game allows. Like, like we got to kind of like try to bend rules or dang near break them. You know what I mean? Do exactly what's allowed within the parameters of that, man. Because the game
See,
does get softer, but we don't have to be softer than what the game is already going. You know what I mean?
Guy Smithson said, "Let Taylor Mays tackle in practice to show what a hit is." Yeah, see, if we did that, half our team would get ejected. Because that man,
Yeah, man. They should be
loved his passion, loved his strength and power, but
they should be
right
watching
now
these highlights every day, man.
he'd be getting ejected in every game.
Right. Yep. But I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll take a few of those ejections, man. But right now, man, we're looking real soft, man. And
maybe just one player ejected, not like 5 players ejected.
I hate to see it, man. All right, so let's move to our second quarter, man. I think we've kind of stalled out on this.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah. All right, so coaching updates. So like I mentioned previously, man, we made a couple of videos this week. Blackie Chan did. If you guys haven't checked them out, go ahead and get those.
I privated one of them, but
Okay.
I'll make some more videos later.
So just like the rest of you, we've been hearing a couple of names, right? So Tony White being one of them from Nebraska. Jen Leonard, of course, I believe that's dead. Not sure who. We heard that may be dead. Then we also heard it's not. So who knows? Guys, I think Tyler's trolling you right now.
Oh yeah, easily.
So, yeah, we've been hearing quite a few names, just like everyone else. So,
but see,
honestly,
people, at least Nebraska fans, were real upset with Tony White's name being thrown out there, and which definitely feels good. And I remember I was messaging someone from Nebraska on Twitter. He's like, "Go ruin someone else's life."
the man was up for a head coaching position. Like he was going to leave. Brother, shut up.
Yeah, but like they'd rather have him go to San Diego State than to USC right. and making us great.
Man, we get so much hate. It's crazy. Look, Nebraska ain't ever coming back, man, unless y'all lower your admission standards again to JUCO level again. You're not going to be good again. That's what people don't really realize about their run in the late 90s, man. They lowered their admission standards, so everyone was able to get in there. So if you had any bit of talent, you always got the guys, and you got some guys in the inner city right now that are way better than the guys that are playing D1 right now, but they didn't have the grades. Nebraska was taking those guys in the late 90s, and that's how they were able to make their run. And yeah, but I don't know if they're ever going to go back to that. But that's their best shot of being relevant again, in my opinion. But
and then Gunnar, I know you brought it up in the chat. There was a recent interview by Mama Jen talking about the DC process and whatnot. I don't know if you have it right there in front of you where you can kind of mention some of the key pieces, but I personally think that no one knows what's going on, so everybody's on the table right now.
Yeah.
I personally think maybe our DC might be playing, maybe coaching a conference championship game this upcoming weekend.
Okay, hence the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the phrases that she said is that we still have the conference championships to play. So, like, it could be someone from one of those staffs, right? Like earlier from the original start of this whole process, PK, the Texas DC, right? He's playing for a conference. Maybe it's him, right? Maybe it's my boy Glenn Schumann. Maybe it's Muschamp. It's any of those DCs potentially, or it could not be any one of those DCs.
Hold on,
yeah.
You're not just gonna say it like that smooth. Like just say what you just said.
So casually.
Right.
Got to do.
Maybe it's one Muschamp.
Rolls off the tongue.
Sounds like you've been saying it all day.
So if you guys haven't figured it out by now, Guns is not in favor of Will Muschamp. Champ. You got me saying Chump now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cup, so go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean,
Honestly, go ahead. Sorry.
no, good from. I mean, also just I mean, just the overall process. It feels like it, dragged along a little bit, but maybe that was due to giving, again, just from the reports, Jim Leonard some time to mull it over. If that's the case, I can understand that from like Mama Jen's and Riley's perspective. But yeah, I just really hope tomorrow is the real deal because we definitely need to hear something. We're getting pretty crazy at USC fans are so.
Yeah,
I'm tired of hearing that, and at this point, can we just not say that anymore? Because it's just giving me a headache.
listen, we got conflicting reports from people on the same site. We got two different sites saying two different things. It's a whole mess, man. So
I mean, we've had people say it's going to be Monday. Never mind, it'll be Tuesday.
right,
Then it won't be past week 0.
And people say they have sources, and their sources have sources. I don't trust anyone else's sources. Until I hear it from the horse's mouth, I ain't believing anything.
Yeah, listen, I believe that these people have, some viable sources. I know for a fact that one of the guys that caught a lot of slack this week has a good source. But the thing is just nobody knows what's going on.
That's what I like about the process, guys, that no one knows. There's people that have legitimate sources. They don't even know what's going on. So I like the fact that they're keeping it lip tight. And I honestly think they're going to hire the right person for the job. Lincoln Riley can't get this wrong. Mama Jen saying the right things. So I have full faith in her getting it done. And I think it's going to be the right guy. So that's why I've been preaching, guys. Be patient. It'll come.
Right. So speaking of Mama Jen, she did say that she is involved in the search.
I hope so.
What do you guys think about that? What do you guys read off of that? Do you guys think that it's it could be said that maybe the trust ain't quite there, or Lincoln is his Rolodex might not be as deep, or it could be said she's just really hands on.
Yeah, she seems like a really hands on leader. So in like kind of her in an interview with Layla Times, she says like partnering and those types of words, right? So she's not really just going to let Riley or any of her coaches in the athletic department just do their thing. She's going to be right at that hip, and she's going to know what's going on. So and just a little nugget in terms of Mama Jen. She's working on obviously the NL we would mention before. It sounds like based on California, didn't really read into this, but it sounds like she herself can really get hands on. I guess when she was at Washington, she could not. It's kind of I guess there was some hurdles. So I don't know if it's a state regulation thing or something. So
and this is in regards to NIL.
Correct. Right. So looks like we have some benefits since we're in California. So with her.
Right.
And then for those in the chat, who do you guys want as a DC after all the rumors that have floated around? Who do you guys want ultimately to end up as a DC for us?
All right. So while you're doing that, while you're getting your thoughts together and selecting your DC, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me.
We have 59 people in here, and we only have 12 likes. We have 60 people in here now with 12 likes. We need to get that number up.
Yes, sir.
So we definitely got to get that number up. So
help us out over here, man.
It takes 1 second just to hit that like button.
Yes, sir. So our OGs like Tayfef, man, you got to lead the charge on this, man. Help us get these subscribers up.
And Tyler definitely needs to lead that charge.
Yeah, cast member. What's going on over here, man? No, but yeah, man. What's also to note too, man. Wait, hey, you right there. You didn't hit that. Hey, yeah, hit the subscribe button. All right. So now, before I give you that information, what else has been noted is that we're going to be bolstering our support staff, and that is huge. If you guys don't know, was the LA Times? I believe it was the LA Times put out an article basically telling the difference between us and Oregon. And basically it's just presence, man. There was always, every day there's a representative at
Pause.
Come on, Tyler. Okay, come on. There's a representative of Oregon at one of these schools, at Bosco, Mater Dei, and they're just more present, So of course they're going to get more love from these kids. So that's the biggest issue, in my opinion, in recruiting right now, man. We're just understaffed in our support staff compared to other programs. And Uncle Phil over there in Eugene, he wants to get a natty before he passes on, and he's getting up there in age. So he's forking out money left and right for support staff and everything else, trying to build that brand. So that's what we're competing with right now. So the urgency is on. I think that we got a good idea of what we need to do now, and I think we're headed in that direction. There's supposed to be some big news as far as boosters as well. Cannot take Tyler serious right now, but yeah, what are you guys' thoughts on that, man?
I think it's really good. We really need to focus on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's needed. And I think not just the increase of support staff, but I think it should be helpful for the current staff to have a different outlook in terms of recruiting. I mean, to me, it seems like you really got to bug these kids and their coaches. Like they're just seems like the once a week or whatnot. It doesn't fly as much for the big guys, big time recruits. So,
right.
What do you guys think? Going back to the coaching updates, what do you guys think it's the holdup? Like, you think it's just?
I think contract language. To be honest, if Leonard was the first offer, I feel like SC would be smart to have some type of contract saying, "Hey, you can't leave us." Right, when NFL somehow, like if there was somehow they can put that in there.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So we're going after guys that are candidates for head coaching jobs or want NFL coaching jobs, which is good. That's what you want, right? We want to swing high, aim high. And the issue is that, these guys have goals too. They're trying to get to the next level as well. So they don't want to be tied down for too long.
Yeah. Well, like Jim Leonard kind of gives me the feel of like when we had Cliff Kingsbury as our offensive coordinator at one point, and then they wanted to interview him, and I guess we blocked him from getting the interview, and so he just at that point just quit. And so I feel like that could be the same situation as Jim Leonard. Like if we hire him,
true,
and then someone gets rid of their defensive coordinator, they'd be like, "Oh, but what we want to interview him." And then he'd be like, "Come on, you gotta let me interview." Be like, "Come on, you dedicated yourself to us," and then he just quits. Like what happened with Cliff.
So
I'm glad he didn't stay.
It's been reported. I don't know how true this is, of course, because nobody does. Nobody knows what's really going on, in negotiations wise. But from what I've heard, we threw the whole kitchen sink at Leonard. So, that's good. That was our number one. We threw the kitchen sink at him. He didn't want to come here. That's really on him. Honestly, I don't really understand. I don't hear him being mentioned in any other, coaching for any other coaching jobs. I don't know. Maybe you guys have heard anything from. So
not from the college level, and then like NFL DC, it's still a little early. I mean,
right, but
right. Washington's position's open, so technically he can go there, but obviously there's no rumblings. I mean, Ron Rivera could be fired from there, so that could be a whole different staff. Just nothing obvious.
I don't know about you guys, but call me crazy, but after kind of reading on Tony White, I prefer him over Jim Leonard.
I would too.
Doing my research with Tony White and watching his interviews and just watching him actually break down.
What research is that, Becky Chan? Oh, are you referring to the video that you made yesterday that everyone needs to go check out after this?
Yes, you read my mind.
Okay.
It is. What was the video called? Is Tony White the right guy for USC? And I think I actually kind of answered that. I do think he is the right guy for us. He's a West Coast. He played for UCLA, so he does know the background of USC versus UCLA. So he has that. He can recruit SoCal. He keep that the wall, the border around it to stay at USC. He has a St. John Bosco player at Nebraska right now, and he's a D line. And he's like 310, so that's something that we need. And
he's able to.
Who knows that could swing Jericho Johnson over to us.
Very true, and that guy might transfer with him. Who knows if that is the hire?
That's what a lot of people were saying. That Nebraska fans were like, if he leaves, we're going to lose a lot of players.
Yeah, I agree.
So. I do honestly think like Tony has gone to different programs that were struggling and turned them around. And that's us. We're the struggling team. And if he can get us like even halfway better than what we are right now, then that's a win.
So do you have an example? Do you have the numbers right in front of you of how he's able to turn around some of these schools?
Give me 1 second. I know when he went to Syracuse, he made them a top 25 defense after being like 116th in the nation.
Yeah, and then I know Nebraska was like 77th last year, and then they're like top 15 this year.
Nebraska was 99th overall in total defense. Scoring defense, they were like 77th. Like he definitely turned them from one of the worst defenses in the nation to a top 14. So
especially with the conference that didn't have any offense, right? So
yeah, only 3 teams scored more than 20 points on Nebraska this year, which was CU, which they were hot at the time, and then Michigan and Wisconsin.
Right, that CU game was the first game. So as you guys know, in the group chat, I was a little upset, hearing that Tony. I'm like, it was Tony White with. It's not our number one guy,
Yeah.
The more I start to dig into Tony, I'm like, well, actually, yeah, I would rather have him than the Leonard, like Raul said, man.
Plus that game, Jeff Sims turned the ball over like 5 times, and Colorado had great field position, and then by the second half they were just so tired because they were on the field so much, so kind of just got out of hand. But they had an offense that we have. Colorado's getting smoked, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, and the thing is, do we need another fan base to hate us? It would be funny.
At this point, I feel like every fan base hates us. Everybody hates on USC.
Hated Ashley.
Rick says, "Is Lake a no-go?" We honestly don't know.
We really don't know. I don't think nobody knows, honestly. So everybody's on the table
in a while.
But see, the thing about the Jimmy Lake, though, it's good that he's in Los Angeles, so it's easy to get him an interview. Like, you can literally call him up right then and there and just meet us here at the Starbucks. Let's go. But honestly, though, I do like Tony White. Just everything about him just seems like our team would greatly benefit from it.
And then he has LA connection, so that local recruiting would start trending up for us.
And he likes big uglies.
Exactly.
Yeah, Urban. Oh yeah, in the video, I played a clip from Urban Meyer, and he was gushing all over. Pause, but he was giving a lot of praise to Tony White, and he was saying that he hates having to scheme against a 3-3-5 when it's done right.
Exactly.
And Nebraska's YouTube, they have a video of him breaking down the defense, which I don't think Alex Grinch could stand in front of a camera and break it down for us because it's so confusing how he ran it. But Tony White, he made it sound he could literally he put it in the words that a 5-year-old can understand on how to run this defense. And yeah, so that's what we need. We need it to be simple, easy, where the players can just run and make plays without having to think, oh crap, they slightly move their foot to the right. Now I don't know what's going on.
All right. So make sure you guys check out that video that Blackie Chan did yesterday for us. It's right here on our channel. Goes in depth on Tony White. We don't know, of course, if that's going to be a choice, but that is a name that has been that we know for a fact has been interviewed. Well, we don't know. We heard for a fact. We heard for a fact that he has interviewed with Lincoln Riley. So
Tayfaz says, I disagree. Grinch definitely broke down our defense. That's so true.
defense was broke down, that's for sure.
Broke it down, left it on the side of the road.
Right.
Told us to walk home.
Oh man. All right. What else we got, fellas?
Are we moving on to a
Third
different
quarter?
Third quarter?
Third quarter, yeah. Oh, yeah, predictions.
So, as you guys know, conference championship games are this weekend, and we're not a part of them. Yeah. Unfortunately, we are not invited to the party because we're not cool right now.
That hurts.
It's true what they say. Grinch stole Christmas.
Yeah. Everyone knows we all had plans at the beginning of the season. We're even talking about how we're going to link up and attend the conference championship game. But yeah, USC and Alex Grinch and Lincoln Riley, they had other plans for us.
You
Unfortunately,
talked about going to Houston.
Yep. I was even talking about booking my ticket to Houston. I'm like, hey, you guys better jump on this early. Flights are cheap, guys. Yeah, no, we ain't going to Houston, dog. So we got. Well, I guess we can. I was
Let's
going to
start with the
tomorrow's
Pac-12.
game, but yeah, we'll end that. We'll end with that. So we got Texas and Oklahoma State, and I am so glad that it's not Oklahoma.
Thank God.
But I personally got Texas in this one. Spread is 15-5, I guess. Is that 15-5? Yep.
Yeah.
15-5. Over under 55 points. What you guys think?
I think under. I'm gonna go with under.
Okay.
What do you like, though? What team as well?
I think Texas is going to win. Oklahoma State has been giving up a lot of points, though. And that one loss to UCF where they lost like 45-3, and that's right after coming off a big win against Oklahoma. I guess you could say that they were tired after that dogfight that they had, but that was just an ugly loss, like way too ugly after a big victory. But I think Texas gets the win here.
You got a point prediction?
What did you say?
15-5.
No, but 55 points
Over
scored.
under.
So,
I think it was over under 55.
I'm going to give. I think, well, it may be over. I'm going to go with 42-28.
42-28.
Yeah.
Okay. Bro.
I'll keep it short. I got Texas winning, covering the spread. I'll go 49-10.
49-10.
Yep, and maybe who knows, guys? Maybe the DC is there, or DC's coaching that
Yeah, I can see it.
championship.
That's a possibility. So make sure you guys tune into that one. Because who knows? I guess we'll find out tomorrow, right? According to some insiders inside the source. That Guns, what you got?
Yeah, I like Texas covering here by 17 at least. And yeah, they should be able to go over. But I mean, all they have to do is really stop the running back. So,
Yep, which they've done pretty well this year, fairly well. That's it. Short and sweet. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna say 35-17. Let's see. Texas is. Yeah, their rush defense is way better than. Well, I won't say way better, but they're middle of the road, top 50 rush defense and that's all they got over there at Oklahoma State. They're not slinging that rock at all. So, yeah, I'm gonna say 35-17, man. Not a very equal matchup there, but football things happen. College football things happen. So we'll see what happens with that one. Let's see. Of course, we got Georgia and Alabama. Which can? Get on Ken, man. Who you guys got, man? Georgia, Alabama. We got. Let's see. That's gonna be at in Atlanta, mutual site, of course.
Is it really though?
Somewhat mutual site. Over under 54.5. 5.5 favorite is Georgia. What you guys got, man? You think Milroe secures the Heisman Trophy this game?
I want to go last on this one.
All right, I'll go first. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he secures it to answer that question. I like Georgia. I don't think they cover, though. I think both offenses are going to score some points, though. Just give me like a 34-31 type of game.
I can see that. Bro?
I think I said it last week or the last episode. I got Bama winning. And I don't have a score to say, but I kind of similar to what Gunner mentioned, but obviously Bama coming on top and opens up the door for maybe a Glenn Schumann coming to USC.
I had to. I'm too immature for this. All right, so Mike, share what you think, man.
Jalen Milroe has been pretty dangerous when it comes to like running the ball. We don't really know too much about Georgia, how they contain running quarterbacks, because they haven't really gone against a running quarterback. Did they play LSU this year? They didn't, right?
I don't think so.
So, because that would be the ultimate task to keep Jalen Daniels from his rushing yards. But I want to give it to Georgia. I just think that Georgia's just been more – it's hard to say more consistent than Alabama, but they have. So I'm going to get – I think Georgia covers. I think they actually beat them by 10.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you writing this down?
No. I'm just,
okay. I was like, he's actually going to do this again.
I always play it back, keep track. But yeah, I'm gonna say I think it'll be more of a defensive battle this game, man. I think both defenses are usually pretty solid. So I'm gonna say 28-24 Georgia. Yeah, that's what I'm calling. And yeah, nothing special here. I think Milroe will struggle a little bit, man. I think Georgia will take that personal. Him thinking he's going to come in there and win a Heisman in their territory. I think they're going to get after him a little bit, man. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. Milroe can be electric, but I don't see him being that guy right now. So moving forward, let's roll with. Let's see what else we got here. SMU and Tulane.
I thought we were doing Power 5.
Yeah, we're going to pass those. We're just going to keep
okay.
I don't want to talk about Tulane, actually.
I mean, they're ranked. So, I was just going
I don't want to talk. Well, I mean, technically.
I mean, they have no.
I guess we could talk about him just because the DC at SMU.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Technically, he is playing in a championship game. Coach Scott Simons.
Simons is that's what. So yeah,
a lot of people want Scott Simons too. I've seen some people saying his name a lot over Jim Leonard, over Tony White. So who knows?
So that's a 3.5 spread with 47 over under.
Honestly, I want SMU to win just in case if that just proves that he can beat Tulane and then we don't have to worry about that.
Right. Right. We can finally claim a win over Tulane, I guess you could say.
Something that Alex Rich can do. Put that on his resume. Like if he wants to get hired by Lincoln Riley, just say, "Hey, I beat Tulane."
Right. That's a sales pitch right there. Right. Anybody else got thoughts on that?
Say I'm rooting for SMU just because I'm salty about last bowl game. So
SMU is actually fourth in points in the country. So they got a pretty powerful offense, man. And, ninth in total yards, 13th in points allowed. So it's pretty nice, man.
I'm going to go back a little bit here with Texas, the defensive coordinator. Their rush defense was fourth in the nation. So that's saying something like that.
Especially going to the Big Ten, where they like to run the ball quite a bit.
Yeah, and they're going to go against that running back, Ollie something. I can't remember his name, but yeah. So, and their pass defense is 31st in the nation. Total defense is 27th. So,
okay,
it's a resume.
Yep. So we all done with Tulane and SMU.
Please.
Oh yeah, give me a SMU for that game.
All right.
Who you got, B Jones?
Yeah, I'm gonna go SMU as well, man. I think their offense is pretty powerful.
Do we secretly hate Tulane or something at this point now?
I give them credit. I mean, they did what they're supposed to do. I mean, they took advantage of our space. I have no ill will towards Tulane. We lost that game. So.
Yeah, they didn't really win it, unfortunately, in my opinion. Obviously, they got the win, but.
So, all right, we got the ACC championship game, which we'll get into to our Final Fours later. But yeah, we got Louisville and Florida State. Louisville, Blackie Chan. Okay.
You're saying it wrong.
Yeah, give me the Cardinals here.
Yeah.
Ooh,
money's been going towards them. I think it's going to be somewhat of a defensive game. So yeah.
So if those of you who just subscribed to the channel, that is our upset alert. So every time we call it upset, you're going to hear that annoying sound right there. So yeah, you're calling the upset for the number 4 goes down, huh? Ooh.
Is it really much of an upset without their starting quarterback?
Exactly. That's the argument to be made, man. So that's going to be
That's why it's only a 1-point spread right now.
Yeah, so I was going to say that it's just at least on ESPN it shows it's -1.5 for Florida State.
4.5. So yeah, money's been going towards.
And that's 47.5 over under according to Bleacher Report. Yep.
I want to give it to Louisville.
What'd you say?
Louisville.
Okay.
I was supposed to hear say it again.
Louisville. How you say it?
Louisville. No, it's good.
Okay, we're not in Colorado. Okay.
But yeah, all right. What you got, Ro? We got in this one.
I'm gonna stick to. I don't know if I'm contradicting from what I was thinking last week, but I'm gonna go Florida State. I think they somehow managed to pull it off.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't even name you their backup, but who knows?
Yeah, who is their backup?
What guns did you say already? Not sure.
Yeah, I got Cardinals.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're the overwhelming favorite. So I'm gonna go Cardinals as well, man. I don't see them. Honestly, they relied a lot on Jordan Travis too. From the few games that I did catch with Florida State, and him being out, man, I just don't see him.
His
Really,
name is Tate
much.
Rodemaker. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
never heard of him.
I mean,
Yeah.
he does have his wide receiver though, so
Yeah, I mean they got some good receivers over there, but I mean you gotta
He
give him the
didn't, even
ball.
make the, he didn't even make the Biletnikoff finals.
Travis,
Who's their
Coleman.
who's their wide
oh
receiver?
Coleman, Keon Coleman, and what's the kid from Calabasas?
The tall guy,
Wilson, that's all right. His last name's
Yeah.
Wilson.
Johnny Wilson.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yep. All right, so let's move on. This one kind of makes me laugh, man. The Big Ten championship.
Hey,
Michigan.
Bill Parker could be our next defensive coordinator.
I haven't heard anything about him being interviewed, but he was on our hot list. So, yeah, who knows? But we're supposed to find out tomorrow, right? Tomorrow morning, according to multiple sources of sources who sourced information to the sources. So, we got what's that?
This is gonna be a bad game. Like, Michigan's a
Yeah.
22-point favorite.
Yeah, basically the question is who's picking Iowa? Because I mean, Michigan's going to win this game. I mean, no shot Iowa wins.
Yeah. I mean, one
They
has
have
an
no
offense, one doesn't. So,
All right,
Yeah.
so they won't win the game, but do they cover the spread?
that-
No, I mean, did they score more than 7 points? You know, like
that's the question. That's the
I
question.
heard like their point total per quarter is like so low.
So, Iowa's total offense out of 30 teams, they are 30th. Or I mean, not 30th, 130th.
I'm like, wait, where are you seeing that?
They
Yeah,
are 130th in the nation out of 130 teams.
in passing yards and 104th in rushing yards.
Yeah, passing yards they are, or passing offense, they're 127th.
Yep. And let's
Let's
see. Michigan is 13th in points, and first in points allowed.
Yeah.
They have a defense too. And yeah. I think this one may get ugly, man. And I'm definitely gonna go Michigan to cover the spread.
Who's that basketball player that says anything's possible?
That's KG.
AG, yeah, no, not this. That's not possible. Michigan all the way.
Yep.
If somehow Iowa wins this game, then we have a chance at getting Nick Saban as our defensive coordinator.
Hey, there's definitely a chance.
Yep.
No. Let's
Yeah,
not
no.
go there, guys.
Uh,
I was like, no.
Um, I'm gonna go crazy here, guys, and not too crazy. I'm just gonna say Iowa covers. I'm just gonna say Iowa covers on the sole fact that it's gonna be over pretty early. They're gonna put all the freshmen, make sure that no key injuries happen, and Iowa manages to score a few garbage points.
but they still don't have an offense.
Yeah, they're 130th in total offense. That's just
They do have a great special teams. I know one of their guys is out, so I mean that'll hinder them. But I mean, they're kind of known for, like getting returns, blocking the kicks, returning it, stuff like that. So I mean, there's a chance there maybe, but yeah, they're gonna have to be fighting for everything to get some points.
their average points per game is 18 points per game. That's ugly. I didn't even think that was possible. I thought every team could at least score over 20 points, but not Iowa.
Nope.
But you know what's sad though?
Bench.
You know what's sad though? There's 9 other teams that are worse than them in scoring.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're probably not Power 5, are they?
Actually, Nevada's probably one of them, probably. So yeah, not Power 5.
Yeah.
Like, who's the worst scoring offense? Kent State. Wait. Never mind. There is a Power 5 at 129. Can you take a guess who that is? It's in the Big Ten.
Rutgers.
No.
Who?
Michigan State.
Oh, well.
They average 15.9 points a game.
Wow.
That's ugly.
Yep.
Nevada's better than them.
I think Jonathan Smith may change that a little bit. All right. It's time. Let's move into our main event. The game that we thought we'd all be in. We all made plans to go meet up in Vegas. Guns is a former Vegas native, along with myself, USCJ as well. We're all planned on taking you guys around the city, but and showing you some things. But that didn't quite happen for us. So now we just get to talk about what we could have done. So this one's going to be at Allegiant Stadium. We got the Oregon Sucks and the Washington Huskies. See, it's a 10-point. Oregon is a 10-point dog, and Washington's a 10-point dog, and
that's crazy.
Yeah, and nay. I mean, I guess they're following trends. Recently Oregon's looked good, and Washington has not looked so good. They've been coming up with wins, but they haven't looked that great. That's the eye test ain't. If we're just being honest about it, but we all know that.
Guys. I'll go first on this one.
Washington did win their last matchup. It was a close one, and it was at Oregon, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know how Oregon managed to. Maybe it's Phil Knight just paying these guys who come up with these point spreads, to make Oregon look good. But I guess everybody jump on that hype train. Like I've mentioned before, who have they beaten other than Utah? They lost versus Washington. I don't care if it was at Washington. They ended up losing that game. Now you're telling me they're 10-point favorites playing at a neutral site?
They did beat Portland State by a lot.
I don't know about you guys, but put money line on Washington. And Jeff Rodriguez, I've been seeing your comments. Oregon's not going to win.
There we go. We got Raul's pick.
I mean, for me,
it's not even a. Sorry,
go ahead.
It's not even an upset. Washington's going to win this game. It's not an upset.
There you go.
So I won't bother.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everyone is on Oregon hype train right now. It started at 8.5. It's at 10, like we mentioned. I do wonder if Penix is hurt. I don't know if you guys saw the videotape of the Washington State game at the end. He's been kind of the way he has been like sitting on the sidelines. Looks like, he might have some rib issues potentially. So that could play into the line as well. Maybe some of the, the shark bettors out there, if you're in the gambling world. But I think just Washington plays to the competition. The better the team is, they're going to play better. The worse the team is, they kind of just, coast in a sense, right? And I think at the end of the day, they got Oregon, meaning needs to guard Aduzier and McMillan, I believe, is coming back. And I think they still have Polk, right? I mean, they're going to have their three dudes back fresh and finally more healthy, as long as they can keep Penix upright and keep those ribs good, which again is an assumption. I think Washington will definitely cover those points and win. I really agree with Ro. I think Oregon is a little overhyped in terms of like what their schedule. Washington played USC and Oregon State on the road. Oregon played those two teams at home, right? I mean, you're going to play better at home than those teams. So I think Washington's battle tested.
Yep. So this game, mutual site, right? So there's no favorites. There's no favoritism, and there's no. Both quarterbacks are very experienced. There's playoff implications on the line. Washington. I mean, obviously Penix has looked a little banged up, but I mean think he's going to be full go. I don't see why he wouldn't. Maybe throw a couple extra padding on there. I think there's going to be so much hype. He's not even going to be thinking about the injury, So, yeah, I mean, you guys make a fair point, man, with as far as Oregon's strength of schedule. I mean, we saw them struggle with Texas Tech earlier this year. I mean, we weren't very competitive in that game for obvious reasons. Our O-line couldn't match up with them in the trenches. But if you have a team that can match up with them in the trenches, you see they kind of sputter a little bit. So, I'm gonna go Washington as well, man. I'm gonna go Washington, and I think I'm gonna say Washington by 2 scores.
There you go, B. Jones. That's what I like to hear.
Was you nervous a little bit, bro?
I was gonna say, man.
So I'm sorry, Black Chan, you went already.
No, I have not.
No, okay, go ahead.
I have not gone yet. So Oregon has the number 1 or their number 2 in scoring offense.
That'll happen when you play Portland. What is it, B. Jones? Portland State?
Yeah, Portland State, and you put up 90? What did they put at 81 or something? Inflated numbers, man.
So passing yards allowed, they're 48th in the nation, and they're first in the Pac-12. They have the best passing offense. And let's see, what's Washington's? Washington is horrible on defense. They're 93rd in the nation on defense. Passing yards allowed, 122nd in the nation. And Troy, is it Troy Washington? Or what's their wide receiver?
Troy Franklin. Hey,
he's a Biletnikoff finalist for a reason.
They did play earlier this year, right?
They did.
Oh, okay.
But see, we thought things were going to be different when we played Utah. But then Caleb got hurt, and we were going to beat Utah if it wasn't for Caleb getting hurt. So I am going to pick Washington. I'm still picking Washington to win this. I can't do it. Washington has to win this.
Oh, Blackie Chan.
Washington
one on you next when we meet.
Exactly.
I cannot have Bo Nix hitting the Heisman pose if they win this game, because that's what's going to happen, and I just can't have it. I can't have it.
No Oregon in the playoffs. No, no Heisman for you guys. No, none of that.
So I think they're going to win by a field goal because they just gave their kicker a scholarship, and he's gonna put that scholarship to some good use by kicking the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, well,
just letting you know, Black Chin, he actually didn't make the finalist list. He should have, in my opinion.
Troy Franklin did it?
Yeah, he did not.
I really thought he did.
He got snubbed.
I will say that he definitely got snubbed. Then.
So then
I agree. I think he got snubbed. That's a good question. I just know he did not. That's all I got.
It doesn't matter, guys.
Finalists. Honestly, like he's a good player. We just hate their fans. Their fans are the most obnoxious thing in the nation. Oh, so it's Rome Odunze, Marvin Harrison, and then Malik Neighbors. Well, he did go. Yeah,
I would say
nice.
T-Mac should be in there, honestly.
T-Mac, yeah. I think they should have had at least 4 show up, but no. I think they're going to give it to I think they're probably going to give it to Marvin Harrison because they need. Well, Ohio State would not be anywhere the team that they were without just tossing the ball up to Marvin Harrison. Like Malik Neighbors, their quarterback, he ran the ball a lot too. So,
one question I do have regarding Franklin: is Franklin that fast, or is Max Williams just that slow?
He's fast.
I'm gonna say a little bit of both, man. I'm gonna be honest, man. I hate to do it, but Max is not the fleetest of foot. Yeah, you know,
He didn't even put a
he'll play
move on
very
him
instinctual, but
in that play,
remember,
and he's over here looking the other way around. It's like, why are you looking the other way around? You didn't even make a move on you.
I think he's still looking for Franklin. It's the most basic move ever, if you even want to call it a move. I don't even want to talk about that no more. Man, I'm still a little upset with Max. He's a better player than that, man. But yeah, so that's going to conclude our predictions in our third quarter as well. Let's go ahead and move into the fourth and final quarter. We are, getting into. Yes, so as you guys know, if you can kind of see it back there behind me, there we go. Reggie Bush has been inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. So
About time.
Yeah, about time. It was well overdue. I mean, obviously, you know what's next.
Yep.
You know, it has to happen. It's inevitable. It better happen at least. All you guys in this chat, if you haven't already, man, go ahead and sign that petition. I don't have a link for you right now, but I will post it on Instagram. Follow us on Instagram and on Twitter. I'll post a link there to go ahead and sign that petition to help Reggie get that Heisman back. We all know that he deserves that. It's long overdue. And yeah, let's make that happen. We know the media don't want to talk about it no more, but we're not going to let that conversation die over here.
Nope.
We can help it.
He should have gotten his Heisman back before even going into the NFL or into the Hall of Fame.
Yep, that was definitely an opportunity for making right. To make this right then. But NCAA, I mean, that's what they do. They just don't do anything right. So,
nope. Even though they know they're in the wrong, they refuse to give in to. They refuse to admit what they've done was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, they just have to give it to him at this point.
Do you think Reggie will be okay with retiring his number going to the Hall of Fame, or is it until he gets his Heisman back?
I think he said Heisman. I think.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm just maybe he might be okay with that. But
no, I think he won't be satisfied until he gets his Heisman back.
No.
I hope Mama Jen does something about that because he definitely needs that Heisman, and then we definitely got to retire his jersey.
Yes,
Coliseum. We have the space for it already, so
right.
I think there's something in the works to get that Heisman back and retire his jersey in the near future.
So for you guys outside the Trojan family who come here to hate on that topic, just look up the Todd McNair versus the NCAA, and that will answer all your little hate right there. I'll handle that. You take a deep dive into that. So, yep. Anybody else got anything? Got any questions for us in the chat? Any topics that you
No, the chat's on the Benny Wiley train right now, which we've been over every week. So I mean,
yeah, I went on a long rant about that a couple weeks ago. I actually ran across an old tweet from Chris Trevino before the season started. Actually, last off season when we had players gaining about 10 pounds, 5 pounds here. Oh, there we go. Make sure you guys hit that link right there, man. And go ahead and sign that petition for Reggie to get that Heisman back, man. He's more than deserving for that. But as far as the Benny Wiley thing, our guy USCJ made a video about it. The strength number is going up during the off season. So I don't know what you guys expect out of a strength and conditioning coach. They only do what the coaches tell them. We know that Alex Grinch ran undersized guys, and size is size. You can't make people be bigger. You know what I mean? You recruit little guys, you're gonna have little guys that have put on a couple pounds. You recruit big guys who put on a couple pounds, then you have huge guys. So that's not on Benny Wiley. And some I even heard people say something about toughness. Toughness isn't. You don't get tough in a weight room. Nothing about a weight can make you tough.
It's all mental, guys.
Exactly. Now, if you want to hire a sports psychologist for that, or if that need be, if that's needs to happen, cool. But that has nothing to do with Benny Wiley.
No.
So I don't know where all the Benny Wiley hate comes from, man.
I think it's just I think the fans assume that it's just he's the reason why our O-line or our D-line, O-line were undersized. Which, to your point, he's only doing what he's doing. We gotta, whether he is a problem or not, who knows? But the majority of that issue, I think, it falls on Grinch. And
on the defensive side of the ball, yes.
Yeah.
Offensive side of the ball, I mean, we recruited a bunch of projects, and guys who had the potential. I mean, and they've gained some weight, but it's just how much of good weight do you expect them to gain? They'll be significantly slower if you put on 30 pounds in one season, or 40 pounds. I mean, you can only put on so much good weight to where you're still able to move. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I don't know what you guys expect out of Benny Wiley, man. He's doing what he's told, and from what I saw, guys strength numbers were improving and they were gaining weight. So he's only been here one off season.
Do you think Benny Wiley is one of the people that quote unquote Lincoln didn't want to let go when it comes to staff, or do you think Lincoln will let the next defensive coordinator bring his own strength and conditioning coach?
Who knows? But I mean, it plays in both. I would say that's a head coach decision there, not a defensive coordinator.
I can see
Right.
that. Yeah.
And then if
he
DC,
does.
I'll go.
I was going to say because the strength and conditioning doesn't just do defensive side; it does both sides. So yeah, that does make sense for.
But
a head coach.
If a DC maybe wanted something different after a year, then maybe the DC goes up to Lincoln and says, "Hey, I feel we're not getting enough, blah 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 blah." And
then TAFAF has an over/under for us. 1.5 offensive coaches will be replaced.
Real quick, apologies, guys. I'm gonna hop off here. So fight on, guys. Hopefully, we get our DC tomorrow morning. But see you guys later.
All right, see you later, guys.
And then one thing, going back on Wiley, we didn't really have many injuries this year, and you guys are just focusing on the size of the line and whatnot, which is understandable. We want big guys, but I don't think we suffered a lot of injuries this year. And unless I'm out of pocket here, but doesn't that play a role on his strength and conditioning? We want guys that are going to stay healthy and not injured, and I think they did a good job when it came to that.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm sorry.
Ken Sterling says Riley, Grinch, and Kingsbury go back to together at Texas Tech. So yeah.
Yeah, they go back. But like you said, Ro, injuries, man. Yeah, we haven't had too many major injuries. You know what I mean? Outside of Solo
and
Solo and Gino.
I mean, that's a lot should be said about that, man. That's
Zion,
especially. I mean, look at the state we had. We had 9 games straight.
Yeah,
and we walked away fairly healthy. Limping but healthy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a lot to be said about that.
Yep.
And
sorry. Back to TAFA's question. Over under on coaches.
Offensive coaches. I'd say under. The only coach that I think that needs to go is the inside receivers coach.
Yes, I agree with you. Right, exactly, Blacky Chan. It's so unnecessary, man. We have so many other needs that we don't need 2 receiver coaches, man.
Yeah,
I really hope that Riley realizes that, man. I get it. You want to hire your friend because he's your friend, but see what that got you, right? So you might have to make another decision Lincoln, for the better of the program. I think it'd be best if we got a full-time special teams coach instead of an inside receivers coach. I mean, it's just not necessary, and that's been proven. I mean,
Definitely.
Yes, I mean what he said made sense as far as not having a special teams coach. I get exactly what he's saying, but yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? Fine. I do think that it could be over because we need to ditch Cliff as well.
All right, that's an analyst technically, but yes, I'm in
He
favor.
got promoted, didn't he? Get promoted when Lincoln Riley was out sick. He got promoted.
Oh yeah, sure. Either way, he needs a bigger promotion. I think he needs a OC or a coaching job somewhere else. Someone please come hire him now.
Yes.
Please.
But yeah, we're at 100 or an hour and 40 minutes here, so I think we should.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Anybody's got any final questions, guys? Make sure you hit that subscribe button before we wrap this thing up.
And then just one thing I wanted to say is like, fellas, Trojan family, go support the boys and girls basketball team. They're doing really well this season. The women's basketball team are doing really well. Juju Watkins, that's her name, right? Juju.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's killing it. Bronny James. Cleared. Yep. There you go.
Bronny will be back soon. He's cleared. So make sure you guys support the basketball team as well, man.
The basketball team was there in every game out there on the field supporting the football team. So let's go show them some love.
So I will tell you guys.
Noise.
Sorry. I'm gonna tell you guys that is not normal. That only happens at USC. Maybe a few other schools too. The basketball team and the football team supporting each other like that. You go to any other school in the country, it's football players and basketball players don't really get along. And it's usually over girls. They fight over girls. You know what I mean? That's reality, man. So it's very interesting to see the dynamic between those two teams, man, and how they support each other, man. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and what was it? Because Jordan Addison even came back from Minnesota to come watch the game. Who? Oh, John Jack. Yeah. It was nice to see him.
Yeah.
He's a Trojan for life. He just had to try to find a place to get some playing time.
Absolutely. I mean, he has his degree, so I think he's safe. Yeah, I don't think he's in question. All right. Well, with that being said, I think we're going to get out of here. Hey, don't forget, subscribe.
One more thing, though. We have a lofty goal to try to get 500 subscribers by the end of the year. So help us get that. We're at 214 right now. We're almost halfway there.
There you go. So, like I say every episode, man, don't keep us to yourselves. Spread us to your friends.
I'll try to post up some videos as well.
And stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of more episodes coming in the near future, and then who knows? We might have a urgent podcast tomorrow when they announce the DC hire. So,
yes, sir. And make sure you guys check out my man Views from the Stands over there on Spotify as well as here on YouTube, apparently. So it's cool to see that. So yeah, check these guys out, man. With that being said, we are out of here. Fight on.
Fight on, fellas.
Fight on.